Hi, everyone. In this lesson, we will talk about graphing hyperbolas. I will walk you through step by step how to graph a hyperbola from an equation. A hyperbola is a type of conic section, which is the curve formed by the intersection of a plane and a double cone. It looks like two mirrored curved lines that are symmetrical across two perpendicular lines called the axes. There are two types of hyperbolas, a vertical hyperbola and a horizontal hyperbola. Now that we've reviewed the basics of what is a hyperbola, we will learn how to graph them if we have an equation. We'll go through the steps with an example. Here is the equation that we will graph. X minus 1 squared over 4 minus y minus 2 squared over 16 equals 1. Notice that it is not centered at the origin, so there is a translation involved. There seems to be no rotation or dilation. Graphing a hyperbola involves plotting the center point and then using the values a and b to determine the vertices, foci, asymptotes, and the general shape of the hyperbola. The center of the hyperbola is at 1, 2. Here's a point on a coordinate plane in green. The vertices are points on the hyperbola where it intersects the transverse axis. The transverse axis is a line passing through the center and perpendicular to the asymptotes. For a horizontal hyperbola, like the one given, the vertices will be on the left and right of the center. The distance from the center to the vertices along the x-axis is a. So, for our hyperbola, the vertices are at 1 minus 2, 2, and 1 plus 2, 2, which are negative 1, 2, and 3, 2, respectively. Here's a graph of the origin in green and the vertices in blue. The asymptotes are lines that the hyperbola approaches as it extends toward infinity. For a horizontal hyperbola, the asymptotes have the equation y equals k plus or minus b over a x minus h, where hk is the center of the hyperbola. So, for our hyperbola, the asymptotes will have the equation y equals 2 plus or minus 4 over 2 times x minus 1, or more simply, y equals 2 plus or minus 2x minus 1. In the graph, I've labeled the asymptotes in orange. Now that we have all relevant information, and we know the general shape of a hyperbola, we can sketch the hyperbola. Here is what our final hyperbola looks like. I've drawn it in blue for you. Thank you.